Hi, I'm Tia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you the books I plan on reading for middle grade March. Okay, so middle grade March is a readathon that is hosted by Krista from Books and Jams, Amanda from The Curly Reader, and Katie from Life Between Words. And I will leave all three. Well, actually, I think maybe their announcement video was on their channel. So they've created a middle grade March YouTube channel, and the announcement video was on that channel this year. So I will leave that announcement linked down below so that you can go and check that out, because they explain all of the prompts and everything there, as well as the group read. So I'm going to share with you my pile of possibilities for this readathon. I have a few choices for some of the prompts, and I'm not really sure which ones I'm going to end up choosing when the readathon actually happens. I mean, it'd be nice if I could read multiple ones for each prompt, but I don't know how that's going to work out, because I am also going to participate in March Mystery Madness as well. So these are all books that I found off my own physical TBR that I haven't read yet. Except for one I'm using a NetGalley for. So that was my criteria here. It had to be something that I already owned in some form. So the first prompt is to read a book with a one-word title. And I feel like this one is actually one that I probably had the most choices on my shelves to choose from. So it seems like there are a lot of middle grades that have one-word titles. And I will show you my options, and maybe you can help me choose which one. The first one I have here is Iceberg by Jennifer Nielsen. This one is following a young girl who is on the Titanic. She has been sent by her mom to the United States to work in a factory and hopefully send money back home to help out the family because their father has passed away. But she, I think, actually wants to be a journalist and sees this as an opportunity to, start writing an amazing story, that no one else will have. So hopefully things turn out okay for her. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then I also have Refugee by Alan Gratz. So this one can also work for the Refugee prompts, which is one of the prompts for middle grade March. So I could double up here. I don't know. We'll see which one I end up choosing. So this one is following three different children who are refugees in different timelines. So one is a Jewish boy in the 1930s, one is a Cuban girl in 1994, and then one is a Syrian boy in 2015. I've heard great things about this book, and I have been looking forward to reading it for quite some time, so that may end up being the one. I'm not sure. Then I have Restart by Gordon Corman, and this one is about a boy, I think, who falls out of a tree and loses his memory and sort of has to obviously restart his life. Then I have Moo by Sharon Creech. This one is about a 12-year-old girl who moves to Maine with her brother and her parents, and she ends up helping out at this farm of her eccentric neighbor, I believe, who has a cow named Zora. Okay, then I have Fairest and Ever, both by Gail Carson Levine, who I've read from and really enjoyed in the past. So I'm assuming that these are both fairy tale retellings, right? Okay, maybe not. These don't sound like any fairy tales I've ever heard, but they sort of have fairy tale titles. But anyway, these are both fantasy-esque, fairy tale. I think the way that she writes is very, very fairy tale-esque. So yeah. Okay, so those are all the ones that I have with one-word titles. So maybe you can let me know down below which one you think I should choose, because there are a lot of options there. Okay, then I have Debut. Debut is the second prompt, and this is the one that I didn't have anything on my physical TBR that I haven't already read. So I am choosing something from NetGalley. It's called The Hat Makers, and I don't remember the name of the author, but I'll put a picture up here. This one is following a family who are hat makers. That's really all I know about it. I haven't read anything from this author before. I don't really know much about this book, but it's one I need to get read because it came out a while ago and I still have it on NetGalley. Okay, and then like I mentioned before, the third prompt is an immigration or refugee story. So I can either use Refugee by Alan Gratz, or I do also have Other Words for Home by Jasmine Varga. And I would really like to read both of these. This one is written in verse, so I think that it will be really, really quick. So I don't see why I couldn't read both of these in the month. So I hope. So this one is about a girl whose family moves from Syria, I believe, to Cincinnati. And it's just their story. And I've heard great things about this. I've also read another book by this author and really enjoyed it. So yeah. Okay. And then animal on the cover. I could use moo, and that could count for 2 prompts because there is a cow down here. But I also really would like to read Endling the Only, which is the third book in the Endling series by Catherine Applegate. And as you can see, it does have some animals on the cover. Now, these are actually like fantastical animals. They're not real animals that exist in our world. They look similar to animals in our world, but they have different characteristics when you start reading the books. But anyway, and like this looks like a dog, but really she can talk, and yeah. So I've really, really enjoyed the series, and this is the final book, so I would like to get this read in March as well. Okay, and then the final prompt is to read a book that you feel like you've missed out on. So something everyone has raved about before and you didn't get a chance to read, or a classic maybe that you didn't read when you were a child. So I have 2 options here. The first one is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This was a middle grade March pick a few years ago. I'm not sure which year, and I don't think I participated that year, or else I didn't read the group book that year. I'm not really sure, but anyway, everyone always talks about this book, and I would really like to read it and see what I think. I have heard mixed reviews. Like, some people I follow don't like it and some people love it. So I would really like to find out how I feel about it. And then I also have A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett, who I've read 2 of her other books and absolutely loved them. And I've had this one forever and never read it. And I don't know why, but I feel like everyone has read this except for me. So I would really like to read all of these books, but you can tell me down below, out of my choices for each prompt, which one you think would work best, or which one you think I would enjoy the most, and let me know what you were choosing for the prompts. I'm really looking forward to middle grade March. I think March is going to be a great reading month. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're reading something great, and I will see you next time.